Uh, Frank, I'm sending you the photos. What I got too, by the way.
So what we can do is, before this kick was going to kick in sooner than actually probably kick in. Yes.
We live. Frank, I'm sending you the photos. What I got too, by the way.
We are. So what we can do is, before this kick was going to kick in sooner than actually probably kick. Yes.
We live.
Andrew got us on super delay.
Frank, I'm sending you the photos. What I got too, by the way.
We are. Is was going to kick in.
Everybody have the YouTube on. Don't have that sound from YouTube.
That's yeah, I'm about to. Sorry guys, for those that are watching us on YouTube. We're can't pull it back.
Everybody have the YouTube on. Don't have that sound from YouTube.
Sorry guys, for those that are watching us on YouTube.
I hear a delay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Delay.
Somebody's got YouTube playing in the background.
Oh, not me.
Have the YouTube.
There. All right. We good now. So, welcome to RVA Rap Elite podcast. This is our first episode back. Excuse the technical difficulties. We are doing our top 20 ranking. Right now in the discussion is myself, Radio B, Bill Berg, Frank Coleman, Scooby, Till Infinity Multimedia, and Nicholas F has just popped up on your screen. We may have some more staff pop in during the discussion, but we can get started talking about our top 20. So, we all have drilled down statistics of the MCs that have won, championship hoodies this season. There's only been, I think, 4 champions in the open cipher. We have the Rap Elite OZ won the Rap Elite Madness cipher. We had only one MC that had perfect attendance, and we had other statistics are people, the average MCs, the average points per cipher is something that we'll be deliberating on, as well as impact, how memorable these performances were. Let me see, what else are we gonna be? I think that's going to be pretty much. I mean, there's other little nuances. A couple MCs did battles. Those are not things that we put in the stats, but they are discussion pieces. And just standout versus things like that. We'll be breaking down all of that information to determine who's going to be placed where in the top 20 and who's going to be placed in the top 20, and of course, ultimately, who is our season 3 MVP. I think the only thing that we really kind of have to decide here and figure out is, are we going to be going top to bottom or bottom to top? I mean, obviously,
bottom to top.
Bottom to top is the best way for
okay.
patient, right?
Mm.
I just think sometimes it can kind of be a little difficult sometimes to explain bottom to top. But I do think it's the best way to do it. I can say, all right, so has everybody determined what their top 20 is?
A little shaky. A little shaky.
Top 20.
Yeah.
I don't have a complete order, but I have a top 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a top 20, but I came here to discuss the top 20.
Facts. Let's get it.
Okay. So
Let's talk 20.
Hmm.
Oh, you want to do any PSAs before we begin?
But I
Like,
wish I would have thought to do that.
Yeah. Facts.
we have watching. How many people we got watching? Anybody watching us right now?
I can tell.
We got about 8 people watching.
Okay. What's up, y'all?
Y'all leave us comments in the live chat. We'll definitely be addressing those as we're moving through.
Let me go ahead and get this out.
I think it is a little delayed. Oh, Hip Hop Henry is popping in here.
I'm about to do a push on social media real quick.
All right, so I think one of the ways that we can help the viewers kind of get an understanding of where we're starting with this is by, if we take the stat of points per cipher and that order, the average order, and run down that order for maybe down to about 30. That can be a good starting point, and then we drill down from there as to why we eliminate certain people from that 30 number, and why we might put one person in another position over them despite that average. So I'll start by listing those people and those scores in the order of points per cipher. Keep in mind, one of the things that determines an average, is having more than one performance. So, if someone has one performance, their average is going to just be what that score was for that one performance. I want to say that before I start listing these amounts of these numbers, because I'm not going to list in listing these numbers. I'm not going to say, maybe I could say how many episodes this person performed in.
It might benefit
I say, yeah, just to
say that at the very top.
Yeah, I'm going to say that at the very top.
Just to get some insight.
That way we don't have to go back and say, well, we're taking this person out. So, all right. So the number one score points per cipher was Will Young with the 29. He did only have one performance, and that was the season premiere. He also made it to sudden death with that performance, and it was he lost the sudden death to basic by, I think, a 0.5 difference in the sudden death. The next highest score was basic with a 28.3, 4 episodes. I believe 4 sudden deaths, 4 episodes, 28.3. He won all 4 episodes. Then you have Tone Red with a 27.8, and Tone Red had performed in 2 separate episodes, and I believe he was in sudden death in both of those episodes as well. You have Trademark, our season 1 MVP, with a 27. He was also a one-time performer at the season premiere. Vintage A, our season 2 MVP with a 26.9. Vintage had 5 episode appearances. Let me see how many sudden deaths.
He had 3.
3 sudden deaths. Thank you. 804 Rel, a newcomer to this season. He also won 1 episode, and he had an average of 26.7. He performed in 5 episodes, though. So 5 out of the 7 episodes of this season, he was there. Bravo had a 26.5. He was another MC that was only in 1 episode. I believe that was the season premiere or one of the first couple of episodes. One of those. I can't remember which one, but he had a 26.5, but it was only 1 episode. Kilroy G had 3 episode appearances with an average of 26 even. You have Stick the Scribe, who had 2 episode appearances with a 25.8. Very impressive for a newcomer as well, I would say. Habib, a previous champion, previous finale champion. He had 2 episode appearances and he had a 25.5. You had C-Dub with 2 appearances, a 25.3. Rossetti with 2 appearances, a 24.8. Prize with perfect attendance, the only MC with perfect attendance.
Salute to Prize.
He won 1 of the episodes, and he had a 24.6 average. How many sudden deaths did Prize have, Frank?
2. Yeah, 2.
Sudden deaths, one championship, and perfect attendance. Chuck Dolo with a 24.5 average, and he had 3 episode appearances. Trig with 2 episode appearances and a 24.5. You had Key Speech with 1 appearance, a 24. Now, I meant to hit you up, Frank, about this. We had Funds, which is also RVA Secret. So we have RVA Secret, which is Funds. I have them in 2 separate spaces though.
Okay. Well, let me.
I need, like what?
I'll just move it up.
If you can give his average between the 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do right now.
While you're doing that, I'll just move to the next. We have King Fizzle, who had
4
appearances with a 23.9 average. Money Waters had 3 appearances with a 23.8. Cy G with a 23.8 average, 1 championship, and also 4 appearances. Very impressive. Shalicia Sanders, aka Big Dick Mel, an average 23.7. She has 6 appearances. We had Ayla with a 23.5 average, and he had 3 appearances. Nux Young had a 23.3, and he had how many appearances?
3.
3 appearances.
Yeah. I got Funds ended up being 21.5, so he dropped because he had a 19. He had a 24 in episode 23 and a 19 in episode 26.
It's a steep drop.
He's gonna fall somewhere right around that 30.
Yeah, he's gonna be right above Kula. Right below Kula.
All right, so we had OZ, who had 2 performances, an average of 23.3. He also won the Rap Elite Madness tournament. So that's a big piece that counts as a Cypher championship. We have Bakari, who had 1 appearance and a 23 average. Jason who had a 22.9 average, and I think he had 4 appearances. Am I correct?
Correct.
We have Maul with a 22.3 with 2 appearances. Dub T with a 22 and 3 appearances. Kula with 2 appearances and a 21.8. And then Real Life with a 21 and 2 appearances. So that's our top 30 based on points per cipher. For me and my list, I'll just say this up front. This is me and my list. Nobody that had less than 2 performances or appearances is in my top 20. If I can't generate an average at least by 2 or more appearances, then I can't validate putting you in my top 20. There's 6 more performances or opportunities that you would have had to generate an average, and there's nothing to say that you would have or wouldn't have performed better or worse. You know what I'm saying? There's a degree of difficulty in having to show up every month, especially this year under the circumstances. You got to think about just showing up this year was a task. Some people had to feel like they literally were risking their life to show up and rap this year. You know what I'm saying? So to me, episodes participated this year is a very big piece. I have to consider that very, very heavily, because not only was it a pandemic going on, but we moving inside, outside, private ciphers, public ciphers. When we first started the season, there's a lot going on. So for Prize, somebody like him, big clap up to Prize for being the only MC with perfect attendance. That's first
dedication right there.
Super dedication.
Yeah, that's true.
And to think his first appearance, he didn't even really know what was going on. He was popping up at the event as a sponsor. And now building that we had some openings, and he jumped in and signed up for that cipher and really kind of made an impact from that first cipher on. So I definitely give him a whole lot of credit for being able to stay focused and stay locked in for the full 7 episodes under the circumstances. Outside, in the dark room, he was there. Not only was he there, but he won one of the episodes. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely a big shout out to him. But yeah, let's focus on figuring out that number 20 spot out of the people that have been named.
So I wish. So all right. So who do you have marked off of your list based on, this, you know what I mean? So maybe I could put some marks on my PDF over here.
Right. So for me, I've taken all the people with 1 performance out. So
that's Will Young.
That would be Trademark. That would
Bravo.
Bravo.
Key Speech. Bakari.
Although he was dope.
And MC Correct. And Bakari.
So hold on. I'm trying to mark them off. Y'all did that mad fast. All right, so I got Will Young. I got Bravo off. Pause. Who else? Trademark. I watched his joint from the first episode of this season. He went off. Who else?
Key Speech.
Okay.
And
MC Correct?
Yeah, but he didn't land in the top 30. So
Who Correct? MC Correct?
we stopped at Real Life. So
Okay.
But those are the guys that are out. And then
you
got people like that have 2 episodes. You have Tone Red, Stick to Scribe, Habib, C-Dub, Maul,
Trig.
Those are the MCs with 2 episodes. So I think, for me, when it starts to get to when we get to people that are very close in their average, and one has 2 episodes and one has 3 episodes, for me, I'm gonna go with the guy that has 3 episodes. You know what I'm saying? That's Spielberg's crazy. That's just that's where my set is. But there are many other variables to consider, obviously. We up to 16 watching now. Shout out to Big B in the comments. Shout out to Prize in the comments.
Hello.
What up?
All right, so with all of that said, my vote for number 20 is gonna be Maul. And the reason I have Maul in the number 20 spot is because he had a 22.3 average, which was one of the lower averages out of the top 30, but it's a good average, obviously, because it's still up there.
Hey, just so everybody knows, just in case we got people tuning in who don't understand the scoring system, a 30 is a perfect. So when you're hearing us throw out these scores, that's why 23 is a good score.
Right. Definitely. That's a good point. So I have Maul at with the 22.3 and 2 episodes at my number 20. Does anyone else have anything different for the 20 spot?
I got Trig at my 20.
You got Trig at your 20. Do you have Maul in your top 20 at all?
No.
Okay, so you don't have Maul in your top 20 at all. So that's fair enough. Spielberg.
I had Jason at 20, but I'm thinking now. I think I should put Jason higher just from just how he progressed over the year.
Okay. Do you have Maul in your top 20?
Yes.
Okay, so if you have
now that we kind of rethinking this about putting isolating people who had 1 performances, I would put Maul in my 20.
Okay. So do you agree with him taking the 20 spot now that you rearranging?
Yeah, I can agree with him taking the 20 spot because, like I said, I think Jason, he kind of gives us what we expect of an MC who starts out on Rap Elite.
For me, I mean, Jason has a higher points per average, and he had 2 more episodes than Maul. So right. I definitely couldn't warrant giving Maul a spot over Jason.
Yeah, and I was thinking more lyrical, but Jason, Jason definitely.
And then also Jason had a really great impact on the Rap Elite Madness tournament from a discussion piece. Right. He was one of the ones that had, one of the better videos for the first few rounds. Maybe like 3-4 rounds in. So
that was changing the tone up.
Yeah, he added some seriousness to those visuals. A big splash there with that. So does anybody dispute So Frank doesn't have Maul in his top 20 at all.
Right. So right now I don't have him in my top 20.
You do not have him in your top 20.
Who's your 20, D?
Who do you have your 20th?
I mean, of course, it's subject to change around.
That's why we're here.
I might put Shalicia in my top 20, like as 20. Just for right now. Well, hold on. Let me go back to this.
I would argue that one. I would argue.
Yeah. Relax.
I think
Mel
she needs to be higher up on the list.
No, she's up. No, she's up there. She's up there.
Definitely got her in my top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Because like it's mad. What's the thing called? Criteria we got going on.
You gotta pay attention because like that rundown and the episode count and the average is important to this.
Yeah.
So if you're not keeping up with that, y'all gonna need to be looking at your charts and try to figure that back out. I mean, I don't want to run it down again, but
Nah, you ain't gotta run it down.
But okay, because the logic here is the reason why I have Maul as number 20 is because once again, I don't have any people with a number one with one performance in my top 20. Actually completes all of the MCs in the top 30 with 2 or more performances. Maul out of MCs that have 2 or more performances and is in the top 20 or top 30 per cipher averages, he has the lowest. So in order to dispute that, essentially that would mean that you have someone with one episode
in the top,
your top 20.
Facts.
That's the only way that makes sense.
And I do.
And Frank does. That's why I was getting to that point. So explain to us, do you have more than one person with one performance?
That's one. That's one.
And who is that?
That's Will Young.
So Frank has Will Young
in the top 20 essence. Yeah.
Based on the 29 performance. So give us a rundown on why you have Will Young in your top 20 and where you have him in your top 20 and and why.
So the reason why I got him in my top 20 is because the way that I kind of weighed everything is wins first, then it's points per cipher average, and then it goes into total points episodes. And so those first 3 for me weigh highest to me. And so Will Young, obviously, he was only in one episode, but he's the only person who scored a 29, and he went into the sudden death and had a very high score as well. One of the highest from the averages in there. So yes, he was only in one, but we all know that Will Young only didn't do other episodes because he was battling on the platform. So to me, one, he battled on the platform and he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? It won't like he won't doing his thing there. So I didn't want to penalize him because for any other reason, he would have been in an episode for any other reason. But you know what I'm saying? He was sharpening his pen for the battles. And so, he laid off the episode. And to me, so I had to put him in there.
I think that
and
that's a fair discussion.
Yeah.
And I also wonder if even though they're not scored, battle performances, those are 3 rounds per battle. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of rapping still on the platform that should definitely be weighed and considered. And when you consider like the work that he put in those battles, I could see him being justified a spot on the top 20 because that's still work. It's not open cipher work, but it's pen to pad.
Sure. but in this case, and we strictly going off the open cipher verses.
We are, but we know for a fact that's why he was.
But we are also, one of the things that we've always considered in these conversations is the impact on the platform.
Right.
That is an important piece. So impact on the platform has always been a factor. So battles, although are not part of Stat Central, they are. They're not one of the key grading points on Stat Central. They are a stat that you participated in a battle, whether you performed well, aka won or lost, being that they're not judged battles. Obviously, he performed very well. One of those battles, the battle with him and Rossetti, was a classic. His performance against Josh Crooks was a very good performance as well. I would say he clearly won that battle. So I do think that it is fair to definitely consider that. And then when you look at his impact within that one performance and then those battles in comparison to Maul, who did have 2 appearances, but I wouldn't say they were necessarily super memorable appearances.
Not like last year.
Not like last year.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of makes me say, it makes sense why you would say Will Young could get the nod for number 20 over a Maul or another MC that may have just had 2 appearances or more appearances and scored really, really low in all of those appearances. Because we have MCs that have 4 and 5 appearances that are not anywhere near the top 30. So we definitely. So, with that being said, I'm willing to overlook the one performance and give Will Young my number 20 spot. And I would agree with Frank and give him my number 20 vote over Maul.
Off the battles.
Off of
impact.
Off of the one performance.
Impact.
Sudden death. The 29 out of 30, which is the highest scored.
Yeah.
One highest scored performance in the entire season.
Season.
That's like a nigga who came out, had a great first game, and then just like
disappeared.
Yeah.
Shake.
I mean,
but not really though. He ain't really disappeared though. But I feel you.
But true. I feel what you're saying.
He disappeared from the main game. He started doing some, exhibitions on the side. Like that's what it was. So we still see him playing. It's just he ain't in the main game.
Right.
So that's why I said when we're trying to break this down, it's like trying to make sure we sticking to the.
He went from boxing to bare knuckle.
But
facts.
Battles are not considered like wins, losses, like winning ciphers, but they are statistics to be considered as far as impact. And that's if you perform well or you perform not so well. You know what I'm saying? When we come to decisions like that, then I think it is fair. Because I mean, at the end of the day, when you say Will Young only had 1, you're still saying that Maul only had 2. So it's not like we're saying Maul had 5.
Right.
We're saying Maul had 1 more performance than Will Young and scored an average 7 points less.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't argue with that nod and that placement right there.
So Frank,
like it's just narrowing it down. It's just trying to figure out where we basing it off of. That's why.
Right. But that's why we do this. This is what makes this, interesting. So Frank, did you have Will Young as your number 20 spot?
No, I had him higher because of how I was rating it from a numbers standpoint, but I was never going to agree where I had him on my list. So I'm cool with it being 20. That's why I said he's up there. Because I kind of weighed my things in different ways, and Will Young was always up there. And to me, that's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why I had to give him a nod.
So can we all agree to give Will Young our number 20 spot?
Yep.
Are we all in agreement?
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, we good.
Is Nick still in here, man?
Nah, I remember he said he only had 10 minutes, remember? He said he was gonna be there for the first 10 minutes.
No, he said he was gonna be.
Oh no, he'd be in motion. Oh, I don't know. He might have moved or something.
I think he just fell off. Okay. He'll be back. Just keep checking the because you gotta let people in.
Him and hip hop was and hip hop dropped off earlier.
All right, so
just keep that side screen up, that participant, so you can see him.
Yeah, that's the main screen.
Gotcha.
All right, so Will Young has received our number 20 spot with one performance, a 29 with sudden death appearance, as well as performed extremely well in 2 battles during the season on the platform. So big salute to Will Young for our number 20 spot. All right, so 19. I had.
Like I said, we got to redo this whole thing now. That we scrapping the.
We kind of just because I had Trig. I had Trig as my true 20 at first.
That's your true 20.
Right.
So
who you got as your 20? I mean, is your 19?
19 is, I'm sorry, my 19 is Trig. My 19 is now Trig because I'm putting Will Young under him and I had him at 20. So Trig is my 19.
Okay. I had at 19 Dub T.
Me too.
Okay.
With a 22 average over 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I feel like Dub T came in at the end of the season and he made himself memorable. Especially the last performance of season premiere. He had there's Nick. He had a stumble, but he brought it back and it was very like dramatic. And he just got in his crazy wordplay bag. And I think Dub T is going to be one of those MCs that definitely grows on this platform. Nick, so you're back. Oh,
yeah. Catch me up real quick. My phone died, but I guess that goes without saying. Yeah.
We agreed that Will Young would get that number 20 spot.
I agree with that. I've been over. Yeah. Okay. I agree with that.
All right. So we're looking at the number 19 spot now.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Dub T with the 19 spot based on a 22 average in 3 episodes. I feel like he showed up.
I definitely agree he should be in top 20. And I want to say this about him specifically, because his last performance, just like it blew my mind, yo. Like it's not even out yet, but like he bodied it. And like what I like, his wordplay is stupid. Like he's tapped in, yo. He's tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to like the wordplay and it's like I'm hearing all that shit, yo. And I'm just like, yeah, he's writing. That's a grown man pen right there. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, he's definitely unique. As far as like his delivery, like his content, he throws some like conscious like activism bars in, but then like his vocabulary is kind of crazy too.
Super crazy.
Got a dope style.
He reminds me of Idea. Idea from the Blaze battle. You know?
If y'all remember any of the Blaze battles.
Yeah.
So definitely, I can definitely see that. I see you guys chopping it up here in the chat. That's dope.
What they saying?
Man, you gotta
what they say.
Hey yo, Dub T put his last joint on his IG.
Oh, I gotta check it out. Yeah, he killed that joint.
With the words
man.
and everything.
Oh damn, yeah. Nah, I gotta check it out because
I had to. Yo, I put that shit on the playlist when he uploaded it. I was like, yo, send that to me right now.
Hold on.
For real, let me tell you. One of the first things that I'm hearing for, like judging, is it just is what it is. How many syllables a person is rhyming, yo? Like that's something I'm always like have my ear tuned for, and Dub T does a very good job of that. You know what I'm saying? Giving me those multi-syllabic rhyme patterns, which I'm a big fan of.
Most definitely. So, all right. So, are we in agreement with Dub T at the number 19 spot?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, he was right under Trig on my list. So, I mean, you could flip it either way.
All right. So, Dub T, hats off to Dub T for the number 19.
Shout out to Dub T, man.
Definitely shout out, because keep in mind that impact comes at the last 3 episodes of the season. So he's definitely face.
Yeah.
You know, and he definitely made the best of, you know, that opportunity. Starting out on the Broad Street ciphers and then closing out in the private ciphers in the last 2 episodes. Definitely congrats to Dub T. We hope to see Dub T.
I think he might have got my one single highest score on that last episode. I don't remember exactly, but it was like one of the top, because he bodied it. He kind of had like a stumble at the beginning.
You know
what I mean? Of the verse.
Big stumble in the middle. He had a big stumble in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
All right. So, what made that's kind of what made it dramatic when he brought it back, though. And it's true. All right. So number 18 spot. That's where it gets kind of sticky, because you got MCs that have 3 appearances and MCs that have 2 appearances. The 2 appearance MCs with slightly higher scores than the 3 appearance MCs. So you got names like Nux Young, Ayilla, and Money Waters in the 3 appearance area with 23.3, 23.5, and 23.8. But then you got people like Trig, C-Dub, and Habib, and even Stick the Scribe with 2 appearances, but, you know, scores like 25.8, 25.5, 25.3, and 24.5.
I'm about to say, all those dudes had good performances, man.
So what I'm probably gonna jump out on a limb and say I would give Trig the 18 spot with 2 appearances at 24.5. Because
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm cool with that, obviously, because I had him on my list already, so I'm cool with that. And I told you I had him right above Dub T, so it makes sense.
And I thought he did really well in that in the season finale performance. He said some dope shit. I think Nick's phone died again. Why does he do this? I just really speaking about this all day. But yeah, so I think with Trig, he did really well in that last one. His other performance was that like one of the first episodes.
Yeah, it was mad early on. He Trig, literally first and last episode.
Wow.
That's crazy.
But I felt like he did well. He did well in both of those episodes, but he did much better in the season finale than he did in the season premiere. And I think that did warrant him the 18 spot, but I wouldn't give him anything over any of our 3 appearance MCs. And out of our 2 appearance MCs, he had the lowest score. So that's kind of where I stand. How do y'all feel about Trig at number 18?
I mean, I'm cool with it. I don't know where people have C-Dub, but I have him in my list. He was my 18. But I don't feel like we should be kicking Trig out. So I don't know where C-Dub would
C-Dub a little bit. A little bit up. I got to figure out whether or not next or what. But I got him above Trig right now because at 2 appearances he had almost a full point more than Trig. So
Right. I think the way I'm gonna do my list going forward to not make it confusing is as we solidify a number, then I'll just update mine and then I'll just rearrange it that way. So if we're saying Trig is 18, then C-Dub is my 17. My 7.
I think that's probably going to be the case with my as well. I'm going to take a look.
Sounds good.
So Trig, much love to Trig at 18.
Yeah, Trig.
Yeah.
Trig also had a great run in Elite Madness tournament.
Right.
I'll pull that up. Let me pull that.
Yeah,
we gonna have to talk. You gotta talk that.
We gotta talk.
Yeah. That's a whole nother. It's a whole nother component.
Like Final Four or some shit like that.
Yeah, we gotta talk that. Hold on, let me pull up.
Damn, that's a whole nother.
Yeah, man. That and that's a big thing too.
That was a lot of work.
That was a
pen to pad, recording.
I as mad at him as I am, he didn't actually get beat. He just didn't show up.
Oh yeah. I remember that. That was a disappointing moment.
I always be wanting Trig the body shit, yo, because like when Trig is on fire, yo, he's scorching everything, yo. He's fire, man.
Okay, so with that said, that kind of changes things a little bit for me.
It does too.
When it comes to like some of these close scores, and things.
So how many rounds was he in the
He made it
in the Madness?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Y'all keep going. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Right? Who we talking? We talking about
Trig.
Trig. Gotcha.
So that's like 2 episodes and however many joints.
Trig made it to the Elite 8, I believe.
Elite 8, I think. It was definitely either the Elite 8 or the Final Four. I don't think it was the Final Four.
Nah,
it wasn't the Final Four. It was Elite 8.
Elite 8.
Yeah.
My computer moving slow, but I'm
about. So how many verses is that?
That's 3.
So Trig is.
That's 3 rounds.
That's out of 64.
Nah, Trig made it to the Elite 8, but that's the one he didn't. He ain't. So he did 1, 2. So he did 3 verses to get there. He would have had 4, but he did 3.
Yeah, that's about 3 rounds. Yeah.
That's like 5 verses.
So for me, that puts him above C-Dub.
Yeah.
It puts him above some of the other. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Trig a little later.
I bet.
I'm not putting him at 18.
Oh, so maybe we should ask this question as well. Who participated in the Madness that's also in the top 20 that we might need to consider this about?
That's a large.
No, it's not. It's not a large. So that's why I feel like we can just kind of get into that as we discuss
as we go.
Yeah, because it's not a lot of these people in this didn't also.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, compared to the whole list, looking at it, not everybody, but I'm saying it's a large.
Young, Jason, OZ, who else?
Trig.
Boy.
Yeah, because we definitely have to weigh that in with
Shalisa.
OZ as well. Yeah.
Rossetti.
Yeah. Mel was in it.
And these are the people that went far. So
yeah.
I mean, like for example, Zoda Poet. Was that?
Hey, also that's another
Zoda,
one. Will Young.
Yeah. She put in work.
Yeah, man.
Because Will Young
put in work and show. How many episodes was she in? Let me see.
Zoda Poet got all the way to Elite 8.
Elite 8, yeah.
Even though she was only in 1 episode.
Yeah, but her average, but I can't. But the thing about that is
her average is
like, oh yeah.
Rap Elite Madness, unless you won it, I have those kind of like battles in a sense of like we can talk about them,
right?
But they're not equivalent to episode.
maybe we can just put that as a part of like.
I'm about to say that should be a whole
part of the impact. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
It's part of the impact.
It's an impact piece, and you know the reason why for me for Trig it does have a little bit more weight than some of the names around him is because those names around his score didn't have heavy impact across the board. You know what I'm saying? So for me, those two Trig performances were in the open cipher were memorable. It got him a legit score at 24.5, but then also having made it to the Elite 8 in Rap Elite Madness, it adds more from an impact conversation standpoint than say or a Nux Young. Nux Young, he was in Rap Elite Madness.
Yeah, he was.
But you gotta also consider Trig had a higher average than those guys. He had a higher average than Money Waters, than Ayala and Nux Young. Right. He had a slightly lower average than C-Dub and Habib, who only had 2 episodes and did not participate in Rap Elite Madness.
Right.
And then you had Stick the Scribe, who had a 25.8, 2 episodes, did not participate at all in Rap Elite Madness. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm gonna talk about Trig a little later. I'm actually gonna probably put him a little higher than some of those names. So
does that mean we're putting C-Dub at 18?
I think C-Dub at 18 makes sense for me.
Okay. Well, that's where I had him anyway, so on my list.
Yes, C-Dub at 18 with a 25.3. 2 episodes. I think he did really dope in the season finale performance. He did have a stumble there, and I think that hurt his score.
Yeah.
But if it had not been for that stumble towards the middle or end of his verse, I think he would have scored significantly higher and probably would have changed his space in this top 20. But to say you had the 2 appearances and still made the top 20 is definitely notable. Mind you, there were 75 MCs that participated in the open cipher this season. So definitely, you know, making it to the top 20 is an accomplishment. So shout out, much love to C-Dub actually taking that 18 spot.
Salute C-Dub.
Right next to that score, we have Habib with a 25.5 in 2 episodes. So I would venture to say he's going to get that number 17 spot. It's the same, almost the same score as C-Dub.
It's a Habib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same level of impact. He had good verses. I think.
How many sudden deaths did Habib have? I know he had one.
Yeah. So that's why I got him a little higher.
Yeah. I'm about to say, yeah.
How many sudden deaths did he have? 1 or 2?
Yeah, 1.
All right.
But
that was like a 5 or 6 way one.
So I would probably I would for 17 for me, I went with Waters.
You went with Waters. Now Waters had 3 episodes at 23.8. I'm with that. Actually, no. If we're gonna have to go Nux Young, because out of the 3 episode guys that are down there, Money Waters slightly had the highest score at 23.8. Nux Young.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Nux Young is an MC that is super dope. I think we all are fans of Nux Young. He's definitely somebody that brings something different to the table. And I hope that we definitely see him going forward as well. His performance earlier in the season, we haven't seen him in a while. But hopefully we get him back on the stage in season 4, because boom, number 17 out of 75. Much love to Nux Young.
Shout out.
So right behind that, I guess, obviously would be Ayla with the 23.5 in 3 episodes.
That's who I got. Yep. Ayla at 16.
He's consistent. The wordplay. One of the things that Ayla could work on as far as like upping his scores would just be kind of like a little bit more
impactful bars.
I don't think it's the bars. I think
it's delivery.
It's his delivery. I think his delivery could be stronger. His vocal projection needs to be a little stronger. Give us a little bit more aggression, a little bit more.
Because he'll say some stuff and it's like it's crazy, but it's almost like he's solid with it. It's like he just flows.
Yeah, he even killed.
So calm. It's like he's just kind of like it's cool because it's his style.
Yeah.
And the thing I was about to say, it's probably really good through his music. You know, like it
really is.
You know, because the only thing I was going to say about him is just projection, man. Like that's it.
He did a song that was really dope.
There's been a couple times I know during the ciphers where like the Beatle outweigh his voice, like the volume is like that. So yeah, that would probably be the only thing that would raise it higher because he definitely has some crazy verses.
Yeah, his pen game is stupid.
It is.
All right, so I think
I'm not mad at that spot.
Number 15 spot, we will be looking at Money Waters.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm in agreement.
3.8 in 3 episodes. And Money Waters is somebody that I'm super impressed with. I think that he's been growing.
Yep.
With each episode, he's another new thing in the last 3 episodes. He's dedicated.
Yeah. He came out swinging too.
Yeah, he did.
Definitely. I think
I just rewatched his first Cypher appearance and he snapped.
Definitely. He has a presence. It gives you that like old school New York feel.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I definitely think that he has a good ceiling with if he was to stick with being in the open cipher going forward. So season 4, we look for great things from Money Waters, and much love to Money Waters for once again being a new face and making it to number 15 out of 75. So super dope. Let's see. Okay, so one person also that got to be in this conversation, and I'm not sure. Where do we have Jason?
I have Jason at 13.
Yeah, I would say Jason needs to be higher up towards that top 10 spot, in my opinion.
But Jason has an average of 22.9.
I was gonna say,
he caught flame in like the last 2
he
episodes.
Did.
Right.
Yeah. First couple, it wasn't that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And he lost to Trig. Mind
you. He did.
True.
Madness, if you start talking about the Rap Elite Madness impact.
Interesting.
You know, but even though his average is lower at 22.9, he had 4.
He's been in 4 episodes though. Yeah.
That's you know, this is where the lines get kind of
weird.
Sticky.
Yeah, and that's when you can also like me, I kind of like now I didn't say he was in top 10, but I said closer up towards that. But the reason I say that is because like you've also seen his growth over the course of those 4 episodes. Amen. You know, like he came out snapping those last few ciphers.
Crazy.
Yeah, like he was going off. You saw like a growth in his delivery, his presence, like the scheme that he carried throughout, like the rhyme scheme that he carried throughout the entire verse. It was impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell he really has been working at it. And it's visible.
I agree. His confidence is growing. I wouldn't give him the face over Trig. because of the point average and because Trig knocked him out of the tournament.
It makes sense.
I would give him the space over Stick the Scribe and Habib.
All right, it's funny you say that.
I agree with that.
That's what I was about to say. I have him at 13, but my 14 is Stick the Scribe. My 15 is Habib. You see what I'm saying?
That's how, yeah. 13 is, I think, is like a good spot. I mean, we could talk about that, but
all right. So I would say that 14 for me would be Stick the Scribe. That makes sense. He had 2 episode appearances, a 25.8 average, a great average.
Great average. I would love to see more of him.
Definitely. 25.8. It makes sense for him to take that spot. I think he brings a unique style and presence to the cipher.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And his delivery is crazy.
Yeah, it's like there's a mystery around he approaches his raps. You know what I'm saying? So I think he definitely has a bright future in the open cipher and on the Rap Elite stage in general. I would like to see, like, you know, some dope like freestyle content that we could do with some of these guys. And I think he would be one that I would love to film a verse of.
Should put him and Prize together.
You know what I'm saying?
Let him up in his rap.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so 13.
Is that where we could put Jason?
That where I would put Habib.
Okay.
2 episodes, 25.
With a sudden death.
Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. All right. Wait, no, we put C-Dub at 18. Right.
C-Dub at 18.
Yep. So Habib. So he had a sudden death. The 2 episodes, the 25.5. And you know, Habib is Habib. Like, he's one of the dopest lyricists in Richmond.
Hands down.
Got a crazy resume with the battles. He has a crazy resume. He's won one of the season finales. He's been a champion in previous seasons. He's definitely somebody that's always going to be around on the Rap Elite stage. So much love to Habib at 13.
Salute, Habib.
All right, so we are at number 12, and that is where I'm looking to place Jason. 4 episode appearances, 22.9 average. A great impact in the Rap Elite Madness tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be Jason.
I like that spot.
Then Trig right above then.
And I have Trig at 11.
Yep.
I like that.
And
so Jason then Trig at 11.
Yeah, Trig at 11.
No doubt.
That closes out 20 through 11. Make some noise for that as we.
Shout out to the MCs.
Much love to the MCs.
Out of 75.
Now have at the top 10, and I imagine this is where shit.
Yeah.
This is where the comments get crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people we got watching right now?
16, 18.
Good.
17.
What up, y'all? Thank you for tuning.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate
Thank you.
Man, it's really dope. This is the first time I've ever broadcast from a Zoom to anything. So we're on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Super dope. So we'll be doing this a lot more. This is where we'll be doing the podcast from for a while at least. But yeah, I mean, this is great.
Make sure y'all subscribe if you're not.
Yes, please, if you're here now, hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on. We want to make sure that y'all are the first. We're going to be doing, before we get in the top 10, let's talk about what we're going to be getting into for
halftime show.
Halftime show, definitely the halftime show.
Here's a message from
We are going to be we are going to be doing quite a bit this season. One, we'll be launching the Rap Elite, RVARapElite.com website. That will be launching very soon. And that's going to be, it's going to have blogs. It's going to have a lot of different content. It's going to be the place where you'll go to sign up for the cipher. A lot of dope stuff will be going on. A lot of new merch, a lot of new Rap Elite merch, so that y'all can definitely physically rep the brand, the movement, to let people know that you rocking with the movement. You see the hat, you know what I'm saying? You see the hoodies, it's all kinds of stuff that's going to be coming merch-wise this season. We're going to be bringing the podcast back. We're bringing the fantasy draft back. All of our fantasy draft team owners are back with an addition to our group, which is going to be Eric Jackson from Capsule. So the Capsule podcast, that whole Capsule movement, definitely tap in with them. But for those that don't know, because we have a lot of new faces, I guess we could let them know who those fantasy draft people are and what the fantasy draft is, because a lot of people that are on it and on the platform now didn't get to experience that early in the season. So the way that the fantasy draft works is after everyone has signed up and the cipher maxes out each month, we have a group of influencers from the Richmond hip hop community. There's 10 different teams, and we put all the names in a lottery, and we do a lottery where the 10 different teams get to draft 3 MCs from the pool, and those 3 MCs represent those team owners for that particular episode. And the amount of points that you get during that particular episode goes towards that team total. And those owners are basically in competition with each other throughout the entire season. So the points that you earn, because that's one of the things that we weren't able to add into like Stat Central this year because we had to stop the draft. Like being on a team that wins is a stat. The number of which you get drafted at is a stat. So if you're a number 1 draft pick in an episode, or in the top 10 drafted, then that is something that is considered a stat. Like through Stat Central throughout the year, we keep track of all of that. So you drafting high, you being on teams that win and contributing to those winning teams, that's a stat. So those things definitely play a part. And it's just a fun thing. Obviously, we have some really dope people to be able to so what they'll be doing is scouting you guys, scouting what you do on stage, what you do off stage to determine where they want to draft you at. So it puts 10 eyes on you of people that are really doing things in the city. So we have Cheats, Mark Cheatham from the Cheats Movement is one of our draft team owners. Hip Hop Henry is a writer for RVA Mag, DJ for RVA Rap Elite. Also has a show on WRIR. He is also one of the team owners. Bryce Collier or in other words, Octane from Henny and Coke podcast, Henny and Coke brand. He is one of the team owners. Bryce also from WRIR. He is a team owner. Gigi Broadway from the Cheats Movement podcast. She's a team owner. Kane, MC, RVA Rap Elite staff member. Dope MC, been on a lot of different platforms. He's one of the team owners. Noah O, Charged Up ENT. If you know Richmond hip hop, you know who Noah O is. You know the type of influence that he has on the Richmond culture. He is also one of the team owners. And my Name Brand, if you know the Rap Elite, he's Rap Elite staff, Producers Lounge. He's also one of the team owners. Let me see who else. Am I missing somebody? Did I get to 10?
You said Randy?
You said Bryce.
You
yes,
say Bryce already? Randy was the next one.
Randy Wilson, another from the Randy Wilson podcast, another big influential media person in the Richmond hip hop and Richmond culture. He's interviewed all the big names in Richmond, from the mayor to Skills to Lonnie B to myself. He's definitely a big part of the city. What are you saying, Spielberg? My bad.
Me? No, I'm y'all fucking with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
And Wes have our commentators when we do our live drafts. The first draft this year, and then Eric Jackson of Cap Soul. Cap Soul is a they have a magazine and a podcast, and they do events where they bridge the gap between the beer and the brewery culture and black culture and black, so like bringing more black people to the beer. You know what I'm saying? So they do a lot of different things to support the culture. Eric Jackson is very, very tapped into our platform. And he's also an MC, he's an MC himself. So you have
shout out to him.
Shout out to him. Shout out to the entire squad, because they get. Wait, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, like, we also should mention, that he helped us in finding a location for a while. When we was at Champion.
Facts. Facts.
So shout out to him. He's been tapped in.
It's all family.
Yeah.
Facts.
No, definitely shout out to him. And I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. So all right, let's
clearly.
All right, so that's one thing we're gonna be doing a lot with the YouTube show. We're shooting different types of content, sketch comedy skits, different segments are gonna be included in the YouTube show. It's gonna be a much more involved show. So that's something that we definitely need. If you're watching this, then you're a part of this movement. So be mindful that, not only do we need you subscribed and watching the show, but we need y'all to push these shows out and get these to your people that aren't tapped into the movement. That is so, so important. It's super important that we get, that's the legs that gets this movement out of Richmond and into the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? So let's definitely do that. But it's a lot of things. We're gonna be doing some clubhouse things. We're gonna do a lot of things this season. So definitely stay tuned.
Station
I didn't get into half of the shit that we're doing. We got Rap Elite Radio. It's a radio station that we're doing. Download the Station Head app now. Go into the App Store. Download the Station Head app. That's where we're going to be playing your music.
One other thing about Station Head I seen recently. Damn, my bad. I keep getting calls. Goddamn. My bad, y'all. Shit. Sorry. So I've seen on Station Head where Android users can download it as well. I posted a link on my Facebook page. Let's see, and it should be on the Rap Elite page as well because I shared it on there. So if y'all follow the Rap Elite page on Facebook, just go to my comment and go to my post and look in the comments. I posted both links for Apple and Android.
Shout out to the plug, Spielberg.
Yes.
Good man.
Spielberg will be heading up the radio station. It's going to be, also he's going to be putting together another special show for IG Live, which is playing nothing but exclusive and unreleased records. Got unreleased records that you want to break before you put them on streaming platforms or anything like that. Make sure you get those records over to Spielberg. It's going to be only the hottest shit. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to be putting together those shows as well. So we're gonna be doing a lot this season. I haven't even really gotten into everything, but I don't want to take too much time. We want to get these next 10 out so we can get everybody, on with their evening or whatever. But one moment.
This reminds me, Ski, I need to talk to you after this meeting.
For sure. Okay, so that's another thing. Our first open cipher is going to be tentatively February 1st. We are going to be dropping a trailer for the new season January 1st. We need y'all to definitely push that out there. Check that out. We'll be doing a Clubhouse talk right after the trailer drops on January 1st. And January 2nd is when the open cipher signups, the first open cipher signups will begin. January 2nd. So we're gonna have some announcements about that. So stay tuned for all of that. All right. So let's get into it. Top 10.
Let's go.
I wish we had some music to play for that part, right? When you said that.
Uh-huh.
Well, we'll when we really get into the podcast, we'll up our production game and shit like that.
Yeah, facts.
All right, so the number 10 spot, right?
Tough.
I think that was kind of hard to call. And the reason I say that, because I'm looking at somebody who I might have missed it, but I don't think he was in the 11 through 20. But never mind. Never mind. No, I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna see what y'all gonna say. I'm gonna hold it real quick. I just want to see. I want to gauge you guys.
I'm inclined to put Rossetti in the number 10 spot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He had 2 episode appearances, a 24.8. He did have some dope battle appearances.
And Madness. Rap Elite Madness.
And went far into Madness. Now he could have that 10 spot.
I don't know. I think I might got him a little higher.
Would you give that to Dolo at 10? At the 10?
See, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at Dolo for 10.
That's who I have as.
I think that's a good one. I
have Rossetti a little higher.
Hey, wait a minute, man.
Here's my question: Is Will Young the only one episode person?
Yeah, in the top 20. I mean, excuse me, in the top 20. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, let's seriously. I would actually, like Nick said, Rossetti a little bit higher. And I like Dolo at the 10.
I didn't.
Yeah.
You know what? I for some reason in my notes I didn't have Dolo. And
see,
20,
but I know. And look, and that's why I was like, yo, I didn't see him in 11 through 20. So I wanted to just see where y'all was at with it, because I'm sitting here looking at his like track record for the season. He has a high score, 24.5, which is above Trig, and he also has 3 episodes. So like, and then hold on, where was the other stat I was looking at of his?
So yeah,
I'm looking at these things. This is about to get crazy.
Just put him at 10 when we talk about numbers with a 24.5 and 3 episodes.
And Trig is at 11 with 2 episodes, right?
Wow, but that actually means though.
That your top 10 might be looking a little crazy.
Nah, that's what I was about to say. Hey,
it's about to get crazy.
I think somebody's got the top 20.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting pushed out of 11 through 20.
But we expected that though. You know, that's
somebody's gonna have to get moved eventually as we get.
Oh, actually, I didn't expect that at all. Actually,
definitely saw it as a matter of who though.
No.
So who's at 20 and 19 right now?
Well, hold on. Can
Will
y'all
Young
Young at 20? It might have to be Will Young. You might have to push him out.
Yeah, he might just have to get. He
got one
put in
episode,
work, but he only got one episode though.
Fact.
I mean, he hit a shot from half court
he would be
on that episode.
He would be the only. He's really the only one episode person on the list right now.
He didn't win that episode though, did he?
No.
He had sudden death.
Highest score, sudden death, but he didn't win the episode.
If you're in 20 and we're over 20 people, he has to get pushed out. He has to. He has the lowest spot. There is no other option.
Yeah, there's no other option.
So, with that said,
you know what? I wish we had a live list that we could look at as it's
that would
being adjusted and moved around.
We don't.
I got
next time.
I'm tracking the list right now, Nick. Hold on, let me see.
We're gonna make the scramble board next time.
Like if we could do a screen share, you know what I'm saying? Like we did it from the computer. If we did it from the computer one time and with a screen share with the spreadsheet, we could do it like that next time. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a thought.
I just gotta learn the tricks of the trade. I could probably do that shit, but I will try to break this.
You could probably literally if you hold on. Are you streaming? Are you streaming? Just let me ask real quick. Are you streaming from your computer or your phone?
I'm from the computer. I see the screen share button. I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it? Okay, all right. Fine,
look. We just thought to share to YouTube. Yo, we got to
just do it on the next meeting.
All right, we'll
just try it on the next meeting.
Yeah, we'll slow.
We'll just try it on the next meeting, yo.
It's all right.
We'll move slow.
And I'm not. No, that's not what we're not.
To try, bro. We have the 20. We have the 20 viewers right now.
Hey,
so what up, y'all? What up? We talking about the top 10, but somebody just got booted out the top 20.
Yeah, so I do. So with that said, everybody crunches down one number. So Will Young will not be making our top 20.
But look,
shout out to Will Young though, because
he already posted about it.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, but like, yo,
it is what it is.
He did some legendary things this season, though. You know, you want to keep it
outside of
but
Frank feels away, but I don't know how else we can handle this.
Nah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep it in the way that we was doing it anyway. But I think before we start getting crazy, I think that everybody should, after looking at the list, who do you have in your top 10? And who is controversial that's not in your top 10? And here's what I mean by that. Who was not in my top 10 before we saying we were gonna push Will out, because we only had 10 left, was Rossetti, for me, and OZ. And the reason why I feel like those are controversial is because he did win the March Madness, but I didn't have him above some of the other guys from the Rap Elite side of it. So those are my two guys who are currently, those are the two guys who are currently not in my list. Y'all are saying we got to throw Rossetti in there, which then pushes Will Young out.
I mean, the thing about it is when we're doing this list, like initially, we're talking about the open ciphers and the scoring system of it. So like adding the other impact stuff, the impact and the battles and the March Madness, those are all separate entities that kind of, if we were just talking about a general top 20, overall, then it's like, but if we focusing on this particular thing, then it's like, that does kind of shift it.
Well, yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want to throw it out there so it can be talked about. I'm not saying that Oz should be in the top 10. I'm saying, should we talk about it with him being the March Madness? Is it something that should be discussed to see if he should be in there? Because when I'm looking at it from a stat standpoint, from the cipher, he wasn't.
But we said that the Rap Elite Madness championship counted as a open cipher win.
Yeah, we did
that
say
was
that.
stated from the very beginning of the tournament.
Yeah,
correct.
So that's why I was saying that anything less than a win is just conjecture.
Right.
But in itself is not disputable. You know what I'm
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna land somewhere where the other champions land. And that, that's why I don't have OZ off the list or anywhere lower than number, in the top 10.
Right.
Rossetti has 2 performances and he scored, and his average is high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have Rossetti on there.
His average is high, and we can also say where he would be ahead of Will Young is because he also has 2 battles, one with Will Young and one with somebody else.
You know what? Hold on. Rossetti has 2 episodes and is at a 24.8.
Right.
Are his battles solely? Oh, and the Rap Elite Madness Impact.
Right.
So
he did a lot on that.
Yeah, he literally has the exact same thing of why I was saying Will Young should be in there, but he has 1 more episode. That's really what it boils down to. It's like literally the same reasons why I was saying Will should be in there, but he has 1 more actual Cypher episode.
Interesting. Yeah. And they battled each other.
That's what I'm saying. They both have 2 battles.
Right.
Yeah. They battled each other.
So should Rossetti be as high as in the top 10?
I don't think so, because Rossetti was my 20. Remember, Rossetti was my 20.
Well, why have Rossetti?
I have Rossetti on the. Yeah, I have Rossetti in my top 10 too.
Yeah, me too.
I did.
Interesting.
Frank with the controversy.
Yeah, but you know what?
Judge out this bitch, guy.
So I mean, you've been moving this along, Frank. Have you not been moving Rossetti along in your?
Yeah, you stuck him at 20.
Why you didn't say anything?
Nah, I'm telling you that he was out. I'm saying that he was out on mine. So we got to talk about. So I'm gonna have to talk about some of the other guys I have.
Completely.
Oh, Will Young bumped him out
because he wasn't in my 10. Had we talked about
20,
right? He was already at 20 on my list.
Will Young bumped him out, so he was 21 at that point.
We've been moving people up and around and discussing this. Where were you placing?
I wouldn't have moved him up. He wasn't ahead of Will Young on my list. I wouldn't move him up.
Yeah, because when
he got bumped out.
When we were talking about in the beginning, we had Maul at 20 as an average, consensus, and then you brought in Will Young, so that bumped him down.
Right, but I'm just saying,
it's not. Did he make it into Rap Elite
Madness? I want to say
he went to
16 or 8, I believe.
He went to Elite 8.
That's what I'm saying. So he went as far as Trig, plus he had battles, and he has same amount of episodes as Trig, and a 0.3 more average than Trig.
The way I'm looking at it, all these the March Madness joint, all that was all sudden deaths. Like everybody got a sudden death match.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing with you that he shouldn't be in there.
So that's why he's ahead of Trig, and Trig being number 11. That's you got to put
right.
So that's
I'm not saying I'm arguing with it. That's why I brought up. That's why I wanted to bring it up before we went further, because what I'm saying is controversially he's not in. I gave you 2 names who I said controversially weren't in my top 10 who I think should be in there, OZ and Rossetti. So that's why I was bringing it up.
All right, so I think we have some sense. We got to make sure we move forward, though.
Yeah. So let's go ahead.
We're going to bump Will Young. Unfortunately, we're bumping Will Young out of the top 20. I hate to say it.
Yeah, shout out to Will Young, though, man.
But does that mean Rossetti is at, so is Rossetti at 11 then?
So Rossetti is at, yes.
11.
Yes, at 11.
Rossetti's at 11. Okay.
Everybody else goes down 1. So
got it. Rossetti's at 11. Dub T is now number 20.
C Dub 19, Nux Young 18, Ayla 17, Money Waters 16, Stick the Scribe 15, Habib 14, Jason 13, Trig 12, Rossetti 11, and here we are now in our top 10.
Hold on, man. Well, hold on. We gotta talk though, real quick. We gotta talk though.
Yeah, bro.
So where did
10, bro?
Where did Chuck Dolo go then? If Rossetti is 11,
Dolo,
because Rossetti has a higher points per cipher, and
This guy real.
But Chuck Dolo has him by an episode. But then Chuck Dolo has him by one more episode appearance. But then we have Rossetti also in the Elite Eight.
Okay.
Nick, more people are gonna get bumped out. To your point, that's what I'm telling.
Yeah.
That's why
I'd say people
it's
gonna
move a lot. It's gonna change a lot. So y'all might not.
That's why I said no. That's why I said.
In there, though.
That's why I said it's good. It's expected for people to move around. Like it's gonna happen.
There's not enough more people to get bumped out. It's just we're replacing people now. There's not even enough people for more people to get bumped out. There's only probably 9 more people.
We about to find out.
Yeah, because you gotta think. You didn't even have Chuck Dolo in your list.
That's
and Frank had Rossetti all the way down.
That's the only person. That's literally the only person. Like
one person makes a difference, as we're seeing right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm interested to see how it's going to change because I can see how this thing moves around quite a bit.
Let's
move
out for a second. The question is Chuck Dolo or Rossetti at number 11. So you guys made a good point about Rossetti only being 1 episode difference from Chuck Dolo, but also having a lot of other intangibles with
two battles.
So I would agree with putting Chuck Dolo at 11 and Rossetti at number
10. I agree with that.
Rossetti at 10.
So Rossetti.
Although it's funny though, because initially I had Chuck Dolo at my 10, but I had Rossetti higher on my list. But
I can't see Rossetti.
I agree with that. No, I agree with that. I agree with where he's at right now. I agree.
Okay, wait. So who's the 20 then? Everybody shifted down.
D-Tub, Dub T.
Dub T. Okay, I'm tracking everything. That's why I'm asking.
Dub T.
I was calling him Doug T.
I just said D-Tub, so I didn't know.
That was wild.
Shout out to yo, I'm like Smack. Yo, I be messing shit up, man. You can't take it personal with me, man. Charlie Chip clip.
They gonna see you on the street like nigga. What's my name?
Pat Stay from Nova Noshka.
All right. Let's go.
All right. So, number 9 spot. I would say I'm gonna say King Fizzle.
Oh, Fizzle. Okay.
23.9 average, 4 episodes. Because I'm gonna give somebody like okay, you could say Tone Red only had 2 episodes. He's the only person left with his lowest 2 episodes, but he had 2 sudden deaths, right? A 27.8 average. He went really far in the Rap Elite Madness, and he had a dope battle against Basic, which is our front runner.
Yo, Ski, let me right back in, yo. Sorry, I have to answer this. Let me right back in.
So you saying Fizzle right now?
I'm saying Fizzle is 9. See, I have an issue. Definitely have an issue. If OZ is considered a champion, which when I'm looking at my list, I would have to. We gotta bump Dub T out. I could give you my 8 that I have right now, and none of y'all are gonna dispute my 8 that I got. And I don't know. I think, but let's just keep going.
Dub T got to stay in, bro.
Let's just keep going.
I told you we're about to find out.
That's what I'm saying.
Everyone said we're gonna see.
Just keep going, because my number, somebody's gonna get bumped out of mine that there's no way you could bump them out. So we might as well just keep going and we'll figure it out.
Right, so let's keep going.
Keep going.
What I have left, and if we can do, anybody disputes or has an additional name that I don't have here, then let me know, because what I have left is Tone Red, King Fizzle, Shalicia Sanders, Kilroy G, 804 Rel, Cy G, Vintage A, and Prize. That's what I have left.
Hey, did you say Basic?
Yeah, I was about to say, can you read that list one more time real quick? Sorry.
In Basic.
So say the names again.
Say the list again.
I have Tone Red, King Fizzle, Shalicia Sanders, Kilroy G, 804 Rel, Cy G, OZ, Vintage A, Prize, and Basic.
You just said basic twice.
That's
9.
Yeah, I have all.
All right, hey, we can just keep going.
Hold on. Okay, wait.
Yeah, I have all these people on my list.
Let me make sure we have enough spaces for that.
No, we got enough spaces for it. Like I'm tracking the names as we doing them. That was 9. That was 9 spaces left. We got 9 spaces left.
Right.
Got
so
9 spaces.
So out of those names that I said, you have somebody that goes over any of them?
Nah, I don't think so.
You're saying we have 9, but yeah, that's fine. Let's just see. Let's just keep going. It just look on my. Maybe I'm looking at my list wrong. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, I see. We got 9 spots to fill. Like we're picking the number 9 right now.
Well, number 9 is Fizzles, so we really got 8.
Right. So yeah. King Fizzle at number 9. Make some noise.
I'm with that. Yeah, I'm with that.
Episodes 23.9. The unorthodox flow, the freestyles. We didn't get too much of the freestyles.
Yeah.
Consistent.
He brings a lot of excitement. Yeah, that's what I like. He brings a lot of excitement.
You don't know what Fizzle about to say.
Vibe check.
Oh, and he had a dope battle. So much
fire battle.
So much love to King Fizzle with the number 9 spot.
Where in the world?
So wait, okay, that's the question. Did we have number 9 over, or do we have Tone Red? I'm gonna say that Tone Red is going to get my 8th spot.
Because he only had 2 appearances, right?
Only 2 appearances, man.
But he had how many sudden deaths did he have?
2.
So sudden death in both appearances?
Mm-hmm.
And a battle.
And a battle. And the madness.
And the madness.
Okay, maybe not then.
But I got him a little higher. To be
honest. I got him at 6.
Yeah.
I would go higher with Tone Red.
So definitely go higher.
What about Shalicia?
I'm gonna say, are we saying Shalicia Sanders or Kilroy?
Mm-hmm. I would say Shalicia.
I would say Mel at the spot.
I would agree.
Yeah, I would put.
Hold on, what's her average score though, man? Because she got 6 episodes in.
At 20,
she did 6 episodes at 23.7. Kilroy has a 26 at how many? 3 episodes.
Yeah, but think about it.
Significant difference. And Kilroy,
yeah.
both went far in Rap Elite Madness, but how far did they go? Because they both went.
They both went far.
Kilroy went further. Rap Elite Madness.
Kilroy went further. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went. Yeah.
Kilroy went all the way to Elite 8.
And then for real,
Kilroy got 7 deaths too, or at least
7 what?
He had a sudden death in the last one that he was in.
And I was also going to say that 26 points per cipher average is quite a difference from 23.7. It's
absolutely
that's elite. That's a yeah.
Yes.
Can't overlook that.
Mel is good right here.
Yeah, I agree.
At
least for now.
If we going off that, then that might mean Fizzle need to be above her then. Are we looking at?
I don't know. No, because their scores are only.
Their scores are close together though.
Their scores are 0.2 difference.
Well, I'm saying, because we talk about different stuff that we include in it. So what weighs more in that? The March Madness, how far they got in that, or like the battles and things like that? Like,
I think
March Madness than Fizzle did as well.
And I also think that that number of appearances that should weigh a little heavier than some of the other things.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of writing,
but that's what I was saying.
Memorizing and a lot of performing. You know,
that's what I'm.
Most perfect attendance.
Yeah, she's the second most consistent on the prize.
Yeah, so it gotta go over Fizzle.
And she's super impactful.
Okay, no. I'm making sure based on, like I said, when we say certain things, that it's like, okay, hold up.
But this is a good spot for it.
Yeah, I'm cool with it right here.
Yeah.
You gotta think on a layered level. Like
I'm cool with it right here. I'm just content. Saying conversation.
No confusion though.
Conversation.
But we don't want to confuse.
Nah. I'm good.
Bringing it back to why we're doing this, because we've already explained to them why we're waiting shit the way we're waiting.
Yeah, it's just this top 10 is definitely heavier because everybody got them curveballs, you know what I'm saying, that where they at. That's why it's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's not a simple, oh yeah, slap them right there, we good. It's like, hold up.
All right, so wait. I just thought of something. You know, Rossetti beat Mel though.
So?
Oh, shit.
Oh.
He had 2 appearances, bro.
Well, damn.
Yeah. All right, bet.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, she got 6. She showed up 6 times, yo.
Like,
all right, I'm with you.
And she don't be stumbling or forgetting her bars or anything.
Right. She fired off a Rossetti at the joint outside. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
I've never heard a whack. I think there was one moment in the March joint that it was kind of like, but it's never been a bad moment for her.
never.
Yo, and she don't forget her bars, man. She go up there and complete the objective.
There's times where she'll get winded, and that's the only flaw. Like towards the her joints, a lot of her joints, if she would have nailed them, we'd be talking about sudden deaths and all of that with her. She knows.
Yeah, it's a fact.
So she's right on the cusp, and she's one of those people that's focused. So we'll be seeing a lot of good things from Mel going forward. All right, so let's keep it going because we're gonna lose people when we
Where we at now?
Still at 20.
20 people watching though. Salute to y'all.
No, where we at on the list? Let's go.
We had number 7, yeah.
Rossetti said I was minding my business. She was a bully. All right, so we're at number 7. Number 7, I think we would definitely say Kilroy G.
Yeah,
I'm definitely with that.
3 episodes, 26 average, great performances in the Rap Elite Madness. He hit that shot in his joint. I remember
that was crazy.
That was fire.
Yeah.
Sudden deaths.
And the growth has been crazy.
Always, but he's been dope since he got
crazy.
Oh yeah.
Dope since he
came in swinging from the beginning, you know?
Yeah, but it's just only gotten better every time. That's just like,
it's a fact.
Definitely. Shout out to his project that he's got coming out with Josh Crooks.
That's gonna be fire.
Project
that first single is dope.
Facts. So much love to Kilroy G. He's always an MC also that's always looking to get better. And figure out what he needs to do to up his profile. So we'll be seeing great things from him. All right, so we're into the space now. Okay, so we're getting into the space where our champions reside. And the MCs that Vintage and Tone Red are the only MCs left that don't have a championship in this season.
Yeah, but
there's kind of like a big stat that separates the two of them, and that's episodes appear.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me,
that's the big separation.
Yes, Tone Red 6 and Vintage 5.
Yeah, so I have Tone Red at number 6 with 27.8.
Yep.
2 sudden deaths. Great Rap Elite Madness appearance. Battle appearance was dope.
Crazy.
One of the crowd favorites. Always. Great personality. He's dope.
Incredible impact on the Rap Elite platform in general this year and prior, and the year prior as well.
First person with the slogan, you know. Shout out to Tony Red, man.
I don't think he's probably not gonna be happy with the number 6 spot.
He's gonna be dissing me. He's gonna be dissing me in the next battle.
we all get a shot fired at us right now.
He's gonna single me out. I can feel it. I can feel it. I ain't even say nothing. I know he's gonna
get your shield up.
Yeah, what we were saying was the go ahead for number 5 was that Vintage.
That Vintage.
Yeah.
So do we go? So
Frank look like he thinking about something.
These numbers, I'm telling you, yo, we got to bump somebody out.
I'm letting the rank happen. I'm just letting them get.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta just get it. We just gotta get it all down, and then we're gonna have to go back and look at it.
I know I'm not crazy, bro.
Oh, no, you're right.
No, he's right for sure. He's right for sure. We just gotta get through it though.
This is what I'm saying. Y'all letting the math, y'all allowing the math to be crazy.
It's a lot.
Y'all allowing the math to be crazy because I counted and you told me I had the right amount. When I read off the names that were left, you said that was the right amount. It's not.
It didn't sound like it to me, but
I look. You was talking quick. I was talking quick. I told you I thought it wasn't right. You thought it was right. You just won off of us talking.
Let's just go. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going, yo. Let's just do it.
Keep going, man. Let's go. Yeah.
I said we just gotta kick Dub T out, bro.
Yeah,
all right, let's look.
It does look like we're gonna end up.
Let's place these last people.
But let's do it. All right. So the question is, at this point, do we? So we got Tone Red at 6.
Tone Red at 6. Vintage A at 5.
Vintage A at 5. Do we have Vintage A?
That's what.
Yeah, we got Vintage A at 5.
That for right now. That's what we have. Yeah.
Vintage A at 5.
Right now.
The only person.
Vintage A. How many sudden deaths did he have this year?
He had. Vintage had.
Yeah, one.
And it was our season 2 MVP. So shout out to Vintage A, always a hell of a competitor. 5 episodes, 26.9.
Yes,
There's not enough you can say about Vintage.
All-star.
The
Yeah.
guy. One of the
Slime.
So number
4.
OZ.
I'm about to say that's the only person I could think of that would have to go here since we in that range right now.
We are a Rap Elite Madness champion. 2 episodes. What was his average?
His average was.
Hold on. Who did y'all say?
23.3.
Yeah, OZ.
Okay.
What is
23.3.
23.3. Not a crazy high average in the open cipher, and not a lot of appearances in the open cipher.
Right.
But the Rap Elite Madness Championship does do. So, will we?
See, I didn't have him that high. I didn't have him over. Go ahead. Yeah, but he has to be though.
You don't have.
Doesn't have a win.
Because who?
So, but does the win by itself?
I don't think it does.
Completely outweigh.
Yeah, the thing that I'm looking at is the difference.
I think the championship does have to, because when you win you win.
The only difference is in the. I mean, I know we said it counts, but the only difference is OZ's win was the March Madness joint.
We can't renege
versus this thing. I ain't saying
we did that substitute for the ciphers, yo.
I'm not saying renege on taking the win away. I'm saying when we're looking at the impact, we're looking at
what I'm looking at.
I'm not rethinking the impact.
Because also Rap Elite Madness was mad hard. Rap Elite Madness actually could be considered weighted higher than a regular open cipher.
Yeah, because I mean weekly they had to. I know. I was saying, yeah, weekly they had to. They was rapping weekly versus like once a month.
And it went on for what? How many months? It went on for 2 months, right?
Yeah,
month and a half. Yeah.
That's a substitute for the cipher.
64 MCs. You gotta do. And he put in all that production. He put
that
in.
motherfucker was doing like.
He had to drive to the platform in order to win that. There's a lot of impact. I mean, there was so many thousands upon thousands upon thousands of votes. You understand?
Bro.
And the production quality of his videos, in addition to the rhymes, definitely can't be weighted.
I think the one thing I'm looking at between him and Vintage is the point, like the points per cipher average. It's kind of like a big difference. You got 23.3, and then you got Vintage sitting at 26.9, which is almost a 27.
You got Vintage not performing in the Rap Elite Madness tournament at all.
Well, yeah,
but I don't know if you could hold that against, because that's the case that holds against a lot of people, because we talked about that in the beginning.
But we're talking about the winner of it.
Yeah,
we're not talking about the comparison of people that were in it. We're talking about the winner of it and the weight that the win has. That win has a huge weight.
No, that one definitely has a lot of weight.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that. I'm just we in a crunch time right now. So that's what it's like. It's trying to figure out really how to boggle it down.
Yeah, but it's not really much to debate unless you're taking away what it weighted. It's what it's weighted. It's weighted what it's weighted. You know what I'm saying?
And that shit elevated the platform too, bro.
Yeah, that saved the platform.
Facts.
The tournament saved the platform.
Yeah.
There's no argument there.
Oh, yeah. No, that shit.
No, I'm saying there's no argument. No, I'm saying I was never arguing with that. Like,
oh, he got it. He got it. That solidifies his spot, though. That's his spot. Yeah.
Well, I still say we keep putting the rest of the people on because that's when stuff's gonna start possibly shifting. That's the reason why. I'm not. No. I'm not even talking about. I'm not even talking about taking. I'm not even talking about like him or taking him down. I'm saying like we about to really see where certain people at, or how to shift.
It's not gonna be much to figure out. It's not.
Even with that.
It's just Dub T gonna get pushed.
Dub T just
get booted.
Dub T just coming off.
So we at we have 3 right now.
That's you.
Side G.
I would get Side. 4 episodes, 23.8 average, but he had a win.
Right.
So
he 3.
That's the same kind of conversation, except for the episodes participated that you could have with OZ. His average is not that high. It's 23.8, but he has a win and he has 4 episodes participated. He did decent in the Rap Elite Madness, but it wasn't something that we would factor in here. But I would give him that spot because he had more. The question is, do you want to give him that spot over OZ?
Yes.
Okay, because of episodes participated.
Because the episodes participated and his win was actually a cipher win as opposed to the madness win.
Yeah, you see what Dion's saying.
We can't do that.
We keep switching what we give a point to.
We can't do that though.
Can't say that.
Fuck, man.
Why?
But
the Cypher win and the Madness win have to weigh the same.
Cypher win is not weighted more than a Rap Elite Madness win. So it's not weighted more. It's the same weight.
That's why that's literally what I've been talking about when we're looking at them.
Here's the difference.
We were only bringing that up because of vintage. So my bad. I mean, for me, I was only bringing it up on the vintage side. I can't put vintage ahead of OZ because vintage does not have a win.
A Cypher win is not weighted more than a Rap Elite Madness win. However,
okay, cool.
Is that Side G's point average is higher than OZ.
It's higher. So yeah.
Participated in more physical Cypher.
Exactly. So, there we go.
So that's that.
Let's justify.
Side G with the number 3 spot.
Even with that, I wouldn't even, just for the sake of it, I wouldn't even so when we talking about the appearances, right? Because we talking about the different stuff, the March Madness thing, right? Because every time we bring up the numbers of how many rounds they made, are we counting like how many actual weeks they had to go through? Is that considered a thing?
Hold on, I got a question. You said we got Side G at number 3.
No, let's do this already.
It's gonna change. We just going through it.
Hold on, we're not gonna do that because it's gonna get confusing. Let's go ahead and dub T. Unfortunately.
Right. Cool.
Dub T. We know that's happening. It's happening.
Yep.
It's done already.
Yeah.
I like Dub T though. Shout out to you.
Facts.
Dub T.
I like Dub T too, bro.
But that 20 spot is gonna go to C-Dub. Nux Young at 19, AL at 18, Money Waters at 17, Stick the Scribe at 16, Habib at 15, Jason at 14, Trig at 13, Chuck Dolo at 12, Rossetti at 11, King Fizzle at 10, Shalicia Sanders at 9, Kilroy G at 8, Tone Red at 7, Vintage A at 6, OZ at 5, Side G at 4, and now we're at number 3. So our number 3 spot, I have 804 Rev.
Absolutely.
26.7 average.
There's
He has win. He has 5 episodes in. Incredible. From the time he got in, and he got how many sudden deaths?
He got like 3 of them Jones. Hold on.
He got 3, right?
Yeah, I think so. He has 3.
Yeah.
3 sudden deaths. So, hell of a season, 804 Rel. Hell of a season. Much love to 804 Rel. Looking forward to what he does in the upcoming season. Number 2, we got to go with Prize. Perfect attendance.
Perfect
attendance. He won one.
Win. Yep.
At least 2 sudden deaths. Average of 24.6 across the complete season. So to maintain that for 7 episodes, impressive.
And crazy.
It's nothing else to say about that.
Right.
And our number 1 spot, our season 3 MVP. There's nothing else to be said. Not much to debate here. Is Basic. 4 episodes participated. 4 episodes won. 4 sudden deaths.
I'm about to say 4 sudden deaths.
Right.
3.
Crazy impact.
3 sudden deaths.
Battle. A fire battle with Tone Red. They're really just, he the only ones he didn't win, he sat out. He wrapped it up and he sat out. Now it could have been risky because somebody could have went on a 3-episode run. To see, but all those last were split 3 ways. You know what I'm saying? So much respect to the Basic for the performance that he put on this season. We've done an incredible show. I think this was dope. I really enjoyed.
This was dope.
I enjoyed it.
Yo, Nick, you gotta mute your thing.
Oh, my bad, yo.
A lot of shit going on over there. I'm just looking at the comments, looking what people got to say.
Everybody kind of okay with the numbers and where the rankings at.
All right, so I'm gonna read them off one more time from 20 to 1. Number 20 was Dub, top 20 out of 75 for the season 3. Number 19, Nux Young. Number 18, Ayla. Number 17, Money Waters. Number 16, Stick to Scribe. Number 15, Habib. Number 14, Jason. Number 13, Trig. Number 12, Chuck Dolo. Number 11, Rossetti. Number 10, King Fizzle. Number 9, Shalicia Sanders. Number 8, Kilroy G. Number 7, Tone Red. Number 6, Vintage A. Number 5, OZ. Number 4, Psy G. Number 3, 804 Rel. Number 2, Prize. And number 1, our season 3 MVP is Basic. This is why we started Stat Central. To be able to have these types of analytical breakdowns that made more sense than just saying how we felt about performances throughout the year. It gave us a basis of which to come up with these numbers and these rankings. And I mean, we couldn't do rankings before. We discussed MVP and everybody else just got honorable mention. So Stat Central is something that, me and Frank, sat down and came up with, and the decision to actually put scores on these performances, I think is going to give us a hell of a room for growth, and give the MCs something to focus on. So I hope our draft owners were watching this so they can be familiar with what's going on with the talent, because a lot of these MCs are going to be coming into the new season. But y'all stay tuned. Trailers coming, more announcements coming for season 4. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. commenting, giving us a commentary. This will live on the YouTube channel. So those that didn't get to tune in or want to go back and watch it, it'll be up on the YouTube channel. And you know, spread the word, man. We're doing really big things in season 4, yo. Any last words from our panel?
Yeah, put your followers on to Station Head, man. You gotta go there.
Download the Station Head app.
I just want to say to all the MCs, man, looking forward to all the work this year coming up. Can't wait to, you know what I'm saying, hear how everybody's been growing, man. And shout out to everybody who came out this year and put it down, yo. We proud of all of y'all, man.
Facts, man. We might try to do a clubhouse tomorrow to discuss with everybody, like actually with people that want to tune in and talk about, you know, about the top 20. We'll definitely be putting out some images. Everybody in the top 20 will get an image with your stats on it. So we'll work on that. And yo, season 4, man, it's gonna be bigger and better than ever, yo.
Yeah, we definitely about to get crazy.
It's about to get real crazy. We got so many ideas. It's like so many plans that it's almost hard to keep up with. But we got a good method for how we getting it done. So definitely stay tuned, man. But I ain't gonna hold y'all for no longer. I gotta get going myself. But thanks for tuning in, and thanks for our panel for sticking in this long with the breakdown.
No doubt. Hey, Ski, I'm gonna call you for like 5 minutes real quick.
All right.